what you call the MEES, which is a Master Expert Extension Specialist. I know over 22 extensions. I do extensions. I've been doing extensions for 20-something years. I know I look young like you guys, but I have a 20-year-old daughter in college. Yes, I'm 42. I don't mind telling my age. I'm 42. I'll be 43 this month, so happy birthday to me. But I've been wearing extensions in my hair for years, since I was like in high school. My hair right now is, I don't see any guys with real short hair, but my hair is shorter than his hair. So I changed my hair. Like the other day I had on a different hair. Today I wore this one because my students asked me to wear platinum, so I'm doing platinum for my students tonight because I teach tonight. So I change my hair often, all the time. I wear what you call Sheitels, depending on which one. One is an express Sheitel, one is a Sheitel Mesh, and you'll learn about the different ones. So what I developed was 8 different workshops. In the 8 different workshops, I have one that I haven't put together yet because that's a real intensive one, and it's called ventilation. And what ventilation is when you actually do strand by strand piece into a cap, and you do strand by strand, and that takes a really long time, and that makes you really a lot of money. I have one of my ventilation wigs that I bought when I first got into the high-end wigs is $4,000. You can make a lot of money doing those wigs. That's the ones that a lot of celebrities wear, but they're hand by hand made, and they take, you know, weeks to make because you have to do each strand hand by hand. But sometimes when you learn ventilation, ventilation is also sometimes only in the front area or only right here in the circle area. This is one of the wigs I made. It's called the Sheitel Express wig, and when you take the workshop, you'll learn how to do this top piece, this closure piece right here, and you'll find out that there's different closures. So with the workshops, I know there's a lot of people, you can go on YouTube and everywhere and you can find out how to do extensions. But a lot of people did not know how to do them correctly, how not to break out the hair. Now my hair is short by choice because I never wear it, so I'm like, what do I need hair for? Some people's hair is short because the way the extensions are put in, they're not put in correctly, they're not taken out correctly, they're not done correctly. So what I did was for each workshop there's a manual. I have a practical manual and a theory manual to teach you the correct do's and don'ts. Even if it's something that I don't necessarily care for because it's just me, other people care for it too. So I cannot not do it because I don't care for it, because I don't think that it's good. I don't think that it's safe. I think that it's damaging to the hair. But I have a lot of people who like things that are damaging to the hair. So if it's damaging to the hair, I still need to teach you how to do it the right way to get it out so we can do less damage and less minimum. Do you understand? Okay, so the workshops go like this. This is the first workshop. No, I'm going to talk about this one last because this is everybody's favorite. This workshop right here is a 2-fold workshop where it's called Stitch-less. And what you learn in this workshop, this is the first one. And now I love pink, so everything I do is pink, and I couldn't find pink in all the hair, so I said I'll do red hair because it's close enough to pink. So this is called a full weave. And what it is I took the doll heads, but I did not blend the hair in with the color. So if I had blended the hair in with the color, you would have been able to not tell at all that this was a different color. For purposes of demo, and I wanted the students to see the difference of what each one brings, because some of them look alike. So this is what's considered a full weave. This is where you actually would braid the hair down, and you would attach it to a net or not a net, and you would sew the hair on. This is really good for people who have no hair at all, that are missing hair, bald, and they want something, and this lasts really a long time. And this is cute. And when you take the workshop, this is actually 8 ounces. Usually a client will bring you 8 ounces. It's very hard to fill the head with 8 ounces. If you notice, I have a lot of spots in there because you have to know how to really place it. And if there was a dark cap that was correct cap, I did it blonde so you could see it, but if the cap was dark, you wouldn't be able to tell the spaces. But it's really hard when a client comes with 8 ounces and the beauty supply is closed and she's your last client, how she's going to leave. You understand? She's not going to be able to go. So it's very important to know how to put this on. In this workshop, which is called a partial weave and a latch hook is that because you learn how to do the full weave, I put the partial weave in there. In the front of her hair is a partial weave where her hair is out, but in between her hair there's tracks. And these are, the reason why I call this stitchless is because you're braiding it on, you're stitching it onto an actual braid. So you have to learn how to braid. So you're stitching onto the braid. And then in the back, this has become very, very popular right now. It's called latch hook, where you take and you latch hook and you latch hook all of the hair onto. I left an open spot so you can see. But you have to really know how to place this, because if you notice, look how full that is already, and I left an open spot. So can you imagine if you don't place that right, she would have really a lot of hair if she wanted hair. This is actually the workshop where it's called Sheitel Mesh, where you get to learn how to make a wig. She can come off and see she's braided. You'll learn how to do braiding, and you learn how to actually, where's she at? I'm trying to find the opening of her. Okay, here it is. You learn how to sew. That's where you actually sew. It might be a little, no, you hold your head. Yeah, no, you just hold your head and don't move it. And I'm going to place it for you.
Oh my God, look at you.
You gotta get some long hair.
It's like a flashback.
Yeah, cute. Take a picture of her. So that's this one. Here is the opposite of this one. This one is sewn and this one is glue. This is what I have in my hair. It's a glue base.
You prefer glue?
And this, no, well, you know what? This is called a Sheitel Express because it only takes about an hour to an hour and a half to do. And you can make really good money at it. It just really depends your preference. This right here doesn't last as long as this one because you have to rebind and resell it. This is like forever. Like a lot of my pieces that I have been having the ones that sewn for like 10 years. Some of them I have for 10 years. But I switch and so I have so many. So this one also comes off. And I have her little sticky here because sometimes some people take this and they actually glue it to their head, and they actually glue the pieces to their head, and you buy pre-made pieces already pre-made, and they actually glue it to their head. So what I did was I put this so you can see what the glue would look like if they glued it directly to their head, and it's a seal protector that protects the head. But some people want it braided and they just want to put it on. Now when you learn how to braid, it's really good because it's a lot of beauticians out there that don't know how to braid. Let's try this one. Okay. Let me see how you look at this one. This is, see the different feel of it?
Yeah, it's,
oh, you look cute in this one. Oh, really, she does. Look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah. It's two different feels in the cap. And she looks really cute. Yeah, that was cute on you. You want to take a picture? Somebody take a picture of her so she can have it. She looks right at me.
Cindy.
And so, this is the one that is really quick and really easy to make, but it's two different versions. You have an older version and you have a newer version. I don't teach the older version because the older version is kind of messy. Okay, because
the weft ones.
Okay, when you say weft, let's talk. Because I know so many extensions.
Okay.
Okay, you have ones that you braid, and then you have ones that you. Since you asked me that question, let's go here. Come around here. You have these, the ones that, okay, this one is called stitch-less because it has no braiding. This one has braiding, and this one has no braiding. So you wouldn't necessarily want to put glue on either one of these because this is a braid, so you don't need to seal the braid. And then these, the ones with the glue, are all done with clips. Now, if you notice, her hair is really flat, right? She needs her hair done, but she's still cute. She's flat. But in her flatness, it's 4 different applications in here. But look at how flat it is. You can't even tell, right? This is the most popular right now. Now, this one in the front, so you asked me about a track, and a track is considered the part that you would lay. This is where the clips make the track. And you clip with the clipping track. Where's the hair, and then the clip, the hair is clipped to the clip. This side right here, this front piece right here is where you actually, let me see, because I got to make sure I know which one. Let me look at the thing. Okay, yeah, this is the clip-in one where the hair is clipped. And then you have this one right here is the tape, where the hair is taped in. Then you have this one right here where it's the comb, and the comb is clipped in, and that's the clip-in comb. And I teach you how to make these pieces. If you notice that all this hair is custom, so everything is custom. I teach you how to make a tape piece and how to make a clip piece.
Aren't a lot of people doing the tape ones now because they don't they're like more temporary? They come out a little bit faster, like people that do like.
No, not necessarily. It all depends on your preference, because to me tape is glue, and anything with glue, me personally, glue is damaging because it's adhesive. And then you have in the back, you have where it's actually, okay, that's the tape. Okay, and then you have this one where it's knots, and you do the hair with string. If some people are allergic to the glue or to the metal in the knots, and you see, if you can see, and you guys can come around afterwards and look inside of them. You can see the knots inside of them, and you actually, the knots or these little individual ones, it's two different ways to do it. You can either do individual knots and then you sew the hair onto the knot, or you do a string. You use a piece of string and you make the string be your track. So you can make your string be your track. So you necessarily wouldn't use the bond in anything like that because it's kind of like redundant. People actually glue that onto their hair and it stays. Like my girlfriend, she's been wearing it for over a year now. She glues hers directly on. Me, I take mine off and on. Hers, she glues it on. And her hair grows with it. It's just a preference of what you like. Some people like it because, you know, they don't know how to pin down the cap. I know how to pin down the caps where they don't move. Like, try to pull my hair. Go ahead, it ain't gonna come off. Oh. And my hair is like short like hers. It's not gonna come off. And you learn that in one of them. Now this one right here is the really fun one. This is where you learn how to do, it's called interlink, because you learn everything here is individuals. Nothing is sold to a track or to a web for anything, and everything is kind of like individual. So here you learn how to do the knots, and you learn how to put a piece of hair on with strings and knot it. And this is very hard. This is not easy. You see she's not complete. But this one you learn how to do dreads, because that's very popular now.
Did you do that?
Everything. I did all the things. Yes, girl. Then you learn here how to do individuals. A lot of people love individuals, and they still like to wear individuals. And these are really popular in the summer. And I always tell people, I look around the room, and everybody in here, when I see girls come in like you guys, I'll be like, that's money. Because, you know, only sisters know how to do this really well. So most of the time you have to come to one of us to get it done. And when they come, it's $250 when I see you walking in the door. And that's not even for this size. Okay, this is small. Yes, this is smaller. So I would go like 3 something. And the length too, oh baby. I charged this one lady like 4 something. I was like, come on, thank you.
How long would something like that take you?
This takes a long time. This is about 4 or 5 hours sitting. But I mean, like my girlfriend who does my hair, she charges me $65 this length. You see, because I know where to go. And this one right here is twist. This is really famous. This is really easy. A lot of people wearing these now, the little twists. These are really fun to wear. But the only thing I don't like about twists is you really have to know how to do them, because if you see this one, see how I slip and I let it stay like that? If you don't know how to twist it, because it's 2 different ways. There's one you twist without the braid, and then there's one you twist where I attach the braid. And the ones I attached the braid and made a little braid, it's hard to see, but it's a little braid there. It stays secure. Then you have here that's so famous that everybody's wearing these eye tips. These right here, the eye tips. And these are up here. So this is the eye tip, that's the string, that's the dreads, that's the individuals, and then this is the twist. We have, this is the last workshop, and this is called the adhesive one, and this is all glue. And if you notice with the all glue, you see how she looks, because I don't like her. But a lot of people like it. I had one guy, you know, he said, oh, I really have to learn how to do that because that's the one I like. Okay, these are the U-tips over here, where you put in the U-tips here on this side. And I don't understand what's the difference. This is the glue fusion. I mean, I understand the difference because it's a different way it looks. This over here is the fusion side where you learn how to fuse it. But if you notice, the fusion side is really messy and it's really lumpy and it's really thick versus the U-tips are already pre-glued and they're more neater and they're more cleaner. And then back here I have it blank because it's custom pieces. I'll show you how to make these pieces where you can either make the I-tips or the U-tips or the glue fusion, and you can take curly hair, straight hair, any type of hair, and I'll show you how to make these tips. We're doing this workshop. Now this workshop is a lot. It's not a lot, it's very expensive. It's really inexpensive. It's $525. You get a kit, you get a certificate, and you get to learn 12 different of these. So this is the doll. She's called the little jam-pack doll because she has all the little 12 extensions you learn. You learn how to do the bonding of the hair here. You learn how to do the full weave. You learn how to do practically this whole head. The only one you really don't learn how to do is the wig, her, and you learn a portion of her because it would be too much with the hair and everything. In the kit, you get the hair, you get all the tools you need, and it's two different kits. It's one kit where you get half a hair and one kit where you get full hair. But you only really work on this doll. Now, this is the doll that I started at. I taught this, and I taught all the students, and they all got it. And one guy, he was going out doing a lot of individuals. But to me, if you want to get a more in-depth education, what I like for students to do is start here. Because this will tell you what you like, and then you can go into each one and really get a understanding. So here I put, ask me how to become a MEES. That's a Master Expert Extension Specialist. What you do is when you start here, you become an ES, because I certify you. You become an ES, which is, you become an EE, which is an Expert Extensionist. You're just an expert because you took it's a 6-hour class. You took a 6-hour class and you learn how to do the different extensions. Now when you want to become an ES, you would take one of the individual ones and you'll become an ES. So then you can say, hey, I'm a expert extension specialist in this area of these extensions. Then if you take all the classes, you become like me, a Master Extension Expert, because then you know all of them and you can do any of them at any time. Then you come work in my academy. You'll be a teacher, right? So is there any questions about anything you want to know in the extension world that I can help you with, or are you guys doing extensions?
Where's your workshop?
It's at Jazz. In Whittier. And we're thinking about opening up a building because like I've been getting a high demand for a lot of people. $1 because it's custom, you're sewing it, and it takes time. It took me 4 hours to do it last night, so imagine when you first starting off, it'll take you a while. And you have to really know how to place it. Now the difference is this one, when you see it has that round closure piece, that's called just a circle closure. This one you'll learn in this seminar how to do a circle closure, and this one you'll learn how to do what's called an invisible part. If I wanted to, I could cut this open, pin it down, and pull the person's hair out, and you would never know because her hair would come out of this. Or this one, mine is an invisible part where you see it's a part, I made the part. This one you'll learn how to do hair off the face, and that's why I did them different, because it's a difference of knowing how to place the hair off the face for bangs and with a part. This is the hardest one to do with the part, and this is kind of hard, and you'll see when I do the demo, it's not easy to really just place these things.
So where would you prefer your clients to get the actual hair from, and do you require them to buy the hair previously, or do you supply it? And if so, how much of that comes out of that $500 that you can make a day?
Okay, I sell hair, so it really depends on, let me put her back. We'll leave her right there. I sell hair. Where's my little bag at? I have my own hairline, so I don't force my clients to buy hair, because if I force them to buy my hair and then I do their hair and then they don't like it, or they try to tell me, oh my God, that hair you told me wasn't good, I'm not redoing your hair. I don't care. Right. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, in the extension world, you want to do it right because you don't want to redo it. You really don't want to have to redo it because you have to take all this down.
Right.
So I brought a little samples of my hair, and you can pass it around. And this one is a ponytail, it's synthetic, and it's something called high temperature. These are little high temperature pieces. And then this is human, high temperature, right here. And I'll explain to you what high temperature is. This is wavy, and this is straight. And you can take them out and touch them and feel them. To answer your question, it really just depends on the client. If you don't have what the client wants, then of course they're going to bring it. Or they might bring their hair. Now it's really important because some clients use their hair over and over and over again. So some pieces you can't cut. You have to know which hair you can cut, because some, if you cut it, the whole hair just comes loose and you're in trouble now because you done ruined about $4,000 worth of hair. So you have to really know hair when you're doing it, and you have to look and analyze your client's hair. When my clients come in, I look at their hair and I see it. If they bring me hair, I touch it, I feel it, and then I tell them, okay, this is going to do this for you, this is going to do that, this is going to tangle up, this is not a good brand you bought, and I just kind of let them know. But anytime, the hair is not included with the service, sweetie. Never, ever, 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 okay? Because some hair costs, like a pack of that hair costs about $125 and up.
And it's for that, the real or the high temperature?
Real. High temperature goes up like $45, $50. I have price lists too. I'll give you guys $45, $50. So you don't want to put that in there. Now what I will tell you guys is this. I don't take down. If I put up, I don't take down. I just don't take down. You're going to have to find somebody else to take down, because I noticed that if you take down and put up, it's like you're doing two services, but you're really not getting paid because you're trying to give your client a discount. You're charging her $500 to come in to do her hair. Then how much you're going to charge her to take down another $100? So that's about $600, right? And some of these, like the eye tips, it's $1,500. I did one lady's eye tip $700. So some things go up to $1,500, $1,700. Some things go up really, really high depending on what you're doing. This one is a really high service. This doll you make a lot of money on. Even this one you can make a lot of money on. A lot of these you make a lot of money on. So you don't want to count yourself out. And if you do take it down, book her on a different day. Well, I'm the type of beautician. You tell them, I'm the type of beautician. I take down, I condition your hair. I like for it to sit out a couple of days to rest, and then come back and get your service. So then you can get paid your double time, instead of taking it down right then and there and putting it back up right then and there. I had one student, she said, well, every time she comes in, her clips changes color and they deform, and I have to change her clips. I said, but then that's not your fault. That's the wear and tear of extensions. You're constantly redoing her things for free every time you touch up. You're doing a whole service because you have to take that whole clip out and put the whole clip back in. So now you're doing another service that's initial service for a lower rate. Do you understand? I'll be a client and say, hey, I go scratch my things and come into her and say, my things are scratched, can you tighten it up? You know, I need you to replace it. You know, so she kind of understood. At first she didn't understand, but she kind of understood. Is there any other questions? My hair salon, and it's private. I have only me there. I've did salons before, and I just decided that it's just me and my client, and that's it. She can't have company. She can't bring company. It's just me and her, and don't bring anybody. So that right there is my hair studio. And if you go on there and you scroll down at the bottom, you'll see all my other like hair lines, my hair care line for women, men, just everything free. If you buy hair from me, you get your service for free. So if you buy my hair, I do whatever you want for free. You just buy the hair from me. So I can take pictures and put you on my site to build up the site. The extensions are us, so it's extensionsareus.com. So if you go on there, you'll see the information on how to get a free service from me to do your hair.
And this is our website and the phone number. And then at this time, the classes are held at 12825 Philadelphia Street, Whittier 90601. And that's the phone number.